Now let's talking about why people learn language. With babies, this probably obvious. They want to communicate with each another. But what about adults? Why adults decided to learn language? Probably they are under obligation to learn language in school. Or maybe this was done for their work. They want to work and this related with foreign languages, with foreign communications, so they under obligation to learn that language. But is it the same degree enjoyable as if we learn language which we desire? We want to choose which we want to learn, we want to choose this information which we want to get from these sources which in foreign language, you want to learn this foreign language to have access for information. You want to understand original books and you want to learn probably maybe really rare books which was not translated for your mother tongue. We can say this term in mother tongue, your native language. And you want to read this book, you want to get this information just because you're really interested in this information and you decided to learn language, or maybe you don't want, you want to refresh your mind. Also, this is really main reason, refresh your mind, and you want to learn a new language to get all this information in a little bit different context. You're able to choose what you want to consume, what you want to, if you want, download, download it inside your brain and you want to choose because when you're a child you can't choose what you want to get, which information you want to get. You always get this information, you're getting these resources. These resources was chosen by your teachers. When you're kid you're not able to choose. You take only what suggested by your relatives, by your parents, and you want to split this connection and you want to learn this language. And there is no associations, and you don't want to share this information with another information which was not chosen by you. I think this is a really big reason why adults want to learn new language, not when he under obligation at work or at school to learn. And more than this, you can choose language which you really want, not what choose your parents. You want to choose language which sounds you prefer, which sounds best match for you. You want to hear these sounds and you want to read this literature, probably the sources of information which are really interesting for you, culture of this language. You're interested by this culture, so you want to learn this language. So you want to have access for original culture sources, and you decided to read because when you choose something, you know, and this is will be your own choose, not what they choose for you. As I said earlier, teachers, parents, so this is your own choose, and you don't want to have these connections with your mother tongue out of cough. You want to be free in your choose what you want in your decisions. You're really free. and you want to find these sources of informations which you really want. And yes, as one moment for relaxing, you want to thinking in foreign language just because this will be as a therapy if you don't want to remember any things which was happened with you and you hear these voices in your head and you can again hear these voices, but you want to thinking about this past, about what was happened, and you don't want to use for thinking your native language, the language with which you grow, I mean your mother tongue language. Also synonym can be your first tongue of your mother, and you don't want to remember all these punishments, maybe I don't know, all things which was related with this tone, with these sounds, and you want to be abstracted of this, and you want to thinking about past on another language. You can choose what you want, but this shouldn't be your language in which was happened what you don't want. Remember, but you need to somehow be related with these events, and you want to use another language to thinking somehow to serving these thoughts in your head, and you want to use foreign language for this. Also, a lot of purposes. You want to use another language, not just for relaxing, for your own thoughts. And for me, first, what reason we want to use language? For thinking, not just for communicate. Yes, you can thinking by subjects not connected with any language if you're able, if your brain able to thinking by subjects. But this is really hard to do if you know at least one language. You can thinking by subjects and events, but this is possible. If you really want to try, this will be possible to thinking by subjects. But this is not always can be benefits, big benefits, and probably will be better to more easy, more handle if you want to thinking by language. But which language you choose for thinking, planning, at least writing? You don't want to writing something by pictures, but yes, this is also possible. But language, this is a really good tool to writing thoughts, planning, but you want to choose your language which you prefer. You're really free in your choices which language you want to learn.